Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, had a good week last week with training and came through all right. So yeah, I'll be available for selection.
I think Joe said you were, I think a Wallabies game on Saturday. How close were you looking to play?
Uh, yeah, I thought I would have been a shoe in for the first test, but sort of a smart idea just to have a week off and get through some more training, a bit of more loading through the calf, and did a session Saturday morning with three other boys, and yeah, did a pretty tough session there, so feels good to go.
You've had a number of your challenges this year. I think starting with the hamstring and now the calf. Can you speak about how you sort of approach that mentally in terms of how to sort of deal with all the stress that comes with missing the first test and time and stuff?
Yeah, I guess yeah, has had to be sort of a quick process. Was pretty down when I got injured, and knowing I was going to miss the first test as well, so I had to put all my focus through my recovery and I guess yeah, just getting through all my exercise and try to get the body right for the next two tests. So.
Particularly this test as well, being sort of Melbourne born and bred. How much more special would it be to
Yeah, would be awesome. As you said, Melbourne born and bred, and got all my family here as well. So, yeah, I would love to, run out there and play in front of them, and yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, the back row for the Lions last week went pretty okay. Toby and Tom Curry and Jack Conan, your impression of them, and I guess how does that fly you up to potentially face them this weekend?
Yeah, yeah, I was watching from the sidelines there, and yeah, I thought all three were pretty, involved. Good, big boys, and I think they, did their jobs well. Yeah, was sort of, I guess, eager to get on the field, but couldn't. But yeah, I think that's a challenge for us this week, knowing that, knowing what's coming and try to prepare for that.
This is an AFL state. How one-sided do you expect the crowd to be and how do you deal with that?
What's that mean, sorry?
How one-sided do you expect the crowd to be and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, look, I think for myself, when I'm on the field, I don't even take in the crowd really. I just sort of focus on the footy field, and but I did see the crowd on the weekend, and I did love that there was a lot of Lions fans there, cheering and creating a big atmosphere. But I did see a lot of gold as well in the stands, so hoping to see plenty of them at the G.
James, can you sum up what the mood's been like in the Wallabies camp over the last 48 hours? Is it anger, disappointment, focus?
There was disappointment, clearly, from the result on the weekend, but I think the feeling is there's a feeling of belief in the group that we were able to fight back into that game after being a fair stack down at the start of the game. That first half really put ourselves under a lot of pressure, so we've taken a lot of confidence and belief from what we can do. It's already been touched on. It's obviously game 2. It's another test match. We know what's coming, and it's about nailing our preparation now and taking that belief into that.
What can the man do about the team as his presence?
Yeah, well, his size definitely helps. Bobby's he's a really good player. He gives a lot of boys around him a lot of confidence, just the way he goes about his business. He won't be the only one that we'll be looking forward to seeing back out there this week, and we've got a pretty full fit squad to pick from this weekend, so we're looking forward to that.
Second week of 13, and what sort of state you got into to win that game after you've gone 1-0 down?
12 years. There was a fair bit going on that week from memory. Obviously with the captain James Hall under a bit of an injury cloud himself, but at the end of the day, you got to kind of bank what's happened in the past in that game 1. No different to this year. We got to not necessarily start again, but we got to build on what we've started and making sure that under pressure we deliver that in the 80 minutes on the weekend. So I said it before, we got the beliefs there in the group. It's about diving into that and making sure we prepare really well.
And Rob, a lot will be expected of you to help bring that kind of physical challenge back to the Lions. Was that put pressure on you, or do you really relish that?
Not if, oh, I don't really, feel pressure or anything. I feel like it's just another game of rugby, and something I've been playing ever since I was young. So, I just try to go out there and just do my job. Whether that's carrying or doing the tackling. I'm just trying to do my bit for the team, and hopefully I can help the other boys as well.
Could you discuss what it is going to mean playing at the MCG? I think the first Lions have a test match there. We know what a famous stadium is across loads of sports. For you as a Melbourne boy, it's going to be pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, really awesome for me. I always watched games at the G, and played there once before. Awesome atmosphere as well. So hopefully get a good crowd, and it'd be awesome to play and have family there as well. So
Which game was that you played? Before?
I think we played the All Blacks there 2 years ago.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, that was special.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just having family and being from Melbourne. So
So how would you compare this, that you played against in this Lions team to the one you faced 12 years ago?
They're both strong. Their strength, from one all the way through to however many players they've got in their squad, like they're all international players in their own right. So clearly different players, but I don't see too many difference.
And scrum-wise, it was one tick in the column for the weekend?
Yeah, we were happy with our scrum. We've done a lot of work on that in the last year or two. So to see it go out there on the weekend and to see the boys really put in an effort there was great, and it was pleasing. Clearly, other areas of the game weren't to where we wanted to be. So we obviously want to keep the scrum going well, but we want to just get an uplift in other areas.
At the start of the game, what do you attribute like the slow start? Is it credit to the Lions? Were you guys a little bit just not in the right mental state? What would you put it down to?
I wouldn't say we weren't in the right mental state. You got to give credit to the Lions. They came out and they obviously kicked off and put us under pressure and kicked 3 points right off the bat. So we kind of lost momentum from the kickoff, and that's not ideal. It wasn't our plan. Probably just a little bit of looseness from our half, but going forward, it's just about those little areas of the game that you need to nail at this level, and that's what we're planning to do this weekend.
So it's very rare that someone can pass on lessons from a previous line still. Like you joined George Smith, being the only blokes that played 2 test series. Can you pass on a message at the start of this week to the group about having been in this position, about the achievability of equaling the series in Melbourne?
It's there's plenty of messages you could pass on, but I think it really comes down to being composed and relying on your preparation. More of a process sort of driven week, making sure our preparation is on task from yesterday all the way through to kick off on Saturday night. I know we love talking about the series, but at the end of the day, it's a test match this Saturday, and that's all we're concentrating on this weekend, and that's all we can do is, as players, is prepare the best we can and make sure we play the best we can on Saturday.
Is it not a bit different though, because it is do or die, this one?
Well, it's still a test match, yeah. I know where you're going with that one. Of course it's do or die, yeah.
But does that increase the sort of sense of pressure?
Pressure. Well, there's not much more pressure you can have with the Lions series, like in general. Of course, like it's a game that we're going to have to win. So, as I said, it comes down to the preparation, making sure that we play our best game.
Almost a sense of like, it's better if you guys don't think about it as a do or die. Like, just see this as a standalone so that you don't absorb that extra pressure.
No, I think realistically everyone knows it's a do or die. So whether you talk it or not, it's kind of it's in the room. We know what it is. But it's 80 minutes that we're preparing for, and it's a big occasion, big test match, and one we're very excited by.
Have you guys done a review of the game yet? Have
Well, yesterday we travelled up, down, I should say, down to Melbourne. Yeah, we've touched on points of the game. This afternoon we get stuck into it a bit more, yeah.
Is there scope maybe for you to, like the Lions seem to maybe push the boundaries a bit more offside and walking through rucks, or maybe they're sitting for play, they don't want to get penalised, like, you know, is there scope for you guys, I guess, to be a bit, yeah, to push it, take it to the edge a bit more?
In terms of the
What you
referee,
get away with, I suppose.
what you get away with. Well, I think you just got to match whatever's, you want to take it to them. You want to meet them on that edge. That's probably the key there.
Did you feel like you did?
I feel like in areas that we probably didn't do enough. Comes back to I guess the start of the game, that first half, we probably missed the collision a fair bit. We probably didn't win that battle, and then that's had flow-on effect into the breakdown as well. So for us, we just need to make sure we meet them on that edge that you're talking about.
Rob, I think you came through the ranks of Melbourne with Sione back in the day. What do you make of this whole journey, I guess? But maybe initially, like, what sort of player was he when he was younger, and were you surprised he went away in the first place?
Yeah, as you said, played with Sean pretty much through all my grades growing up, and he was always class. I was probably like, the guy you sort of wanted to be, growing up in Melbourne, and I think, it was always a goal to play for the Rebels as well, and I think he did that. I've been a player from Melbourne, so it was pretty shocked that he had to leave. I think he went through to Japan and then Scotland as well. So, it's been a wild journey for him, I think, to be able to come back here and play for the British and Irish Lions and play against us. I think that's a wonderful thing about rugby, the journey that it can take you on. And, I think if I was to be able to play against him, I think, it would be pretty cool, and obviously try to get one on him. So,
You caught up with him this tour yet, or?
Just after the games, just little chats here and there. But I'm guessing he'll be pretty busy this week, coming back to Melbourne, where he's from. So.
Is it strange seeing him in a Scotland and Lions shirt? Fair play.
Say that again, sir.
Is it strange seeing him in a Scotland and Lions shirt, or you just think, fair play, mate?
Yeah, a little bit. But just sort of had to process it quickly, and know that you're playing against him, and when you're on the field, you're your enemy. So.
Well, you said you used to go to the MCG a lot. Would that have been to watch AFL?
Yeah, a bit of AFL. There wasn't much.
What would your team have been?
St Kilda. St Kilda.
Okay. And did you play AFL growing up as well, side by side, man?
Nah. Just always used to be on the TV, and my family, my parents used to be a bit into it. So.
Did the fact that you were playing rugby union feel like it was a minority sport around here that not many people were doing? Or?
No, not really. I used to watch a lot of rugby when I was growing up. Mostly like Fiji Sevens. So I was probably into that a bit more. I knew AFL you had to do a lot of running, so I wasn't a fan of it.
Can you maybe just describe to an outsider where union sits in the ecosystem in this place, and what your experience was growing up?
Probably somewhere up in the top 5, but quite low as well. So, but that never really distracted me from anything. I knew what I wanted to do, and I've always loved rugby union when I was younger. I used to watch a lot of Sevens, and I guess the Wallabies and the All Blacks every Saturday night after club games. So I've always had the love for union, and it's been distracting me with mainly with other sports.
I don't think Joe probably meant that. It probably came off the wrong way, but this is up there with a World Cup final for us as players. So, for a lot of players, it's once in a career opportunity. So it's right up there. Every 12 years, it takes a long time for that 12 years to go around again. For us, we're up against the almighty Lions team, and we haven't won that many series in the long history. So for us, it's definitely at the foremost of our careers.
Does it feel like, with all the games you play, you're almost fighting for union space in, like we're talking here with AFL dominating lots of states and league and everything? Does it feel like you need to win and show what you're about because of that?
No, one thing I do know is there's a lot of love for rugby in Australia. We at the start of the press conference, the potential of having a one-sided stadium because it's an AFL state, like they're still Australians, so they'll be there, and I know they'll be there. And it's one thing about this country is that they'll get, regardless of the sport, they'll get behind the national colours. So like the landscape in Australia is quite clouded. Like there's a lot of sports, a lot of opportunities for kids to play different sports, and that's great itself. But for us, we want to be a team that, and not just invites, but motivates kids to play rugby. And that's the key for us. We want to be a team that kids enjoy watching, fans enjoy watching, and then hopefully the game grows from there.
Well, from my records, 12 years, you missed the first one. How much hunger is there inside you to have an impact in these last two?
Yeah, definitely a lot. As you said, only every 12 years, so I'll be close to 40 the next time they come, so it won't be valuable. But yeah, I think definitely a lot of hunger just to get out there. Even if it wasn't a Lions series, I think just the hunger just to, for that jersey, for the Wallabies jersey. I think missing out the last two games, it was quite hard for me. I think I've sort of played most of the Wallabies games the past couple of years, and I think having to miss the two games, I think something that I've always wanted was his jersey as well. So it was quite hard. But yeah, I think just the hunger for the jersey is right up there.
I'm not sure how much first test squad was how you kicking it out at the end was a sign of a losing mentality. You're responsible.
No, I didn't see that actually. The game, from memory, was the game was over. We were 8 points behind. It's a long way to go to potentially turn over the ball and concede another try. So I wouldn't say it was a losing mentality. I just thought put a full stop on that game and crack on with game two.
Just taking any notice of what's been said. There's been some pretty strong criticism of the Wallabies.
Is it me?
Yeah.
No, not really. Like we're trying to be very internal and making sure our preparations the best it can be. We know there's going to be noise. It's a big event, so for us, we just want to make sure we do our job and perform.
Do you ever
Last couple,
print
please.
stuff off and put it up on boards or anything in terms of any kind of external motivation? Or?
I've definitely been a part of teams that have, but no, not under Joe. It's we're really concentrating on ourselves.
Rob, how disappointing is it that sort of the massive week here and the Rebels aren't here anymore to see it?
Obviously disappointed with what happened with the Rebels, but there's not much I could do about that. Expecting good crowd to come out and support both teams, which should be awesome for Melbourne.
Is it even more important then that it's a great week and tomorrow night goes well as well for the rugby in the area?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you can put out a great match and a good game, I think it will motivate the next generation that are in Melbourne. So